Okay, anything else? Anything from...
One thing that's different, if you go into like an arts college, or like you're applying for an arts program within a university, they would demand a portfolio, right?
Yeah.
So it just seems strange that only one section of the university goes like, hey, can I actually see your work, what you've done, rather than every other, like, to get into the history program for me, it was just, what are your marks?
A lot of like aspects of university and like degrees that we can go into, we haven't had the chance to explore in high school. So if there's like a project, I mean, we're lucky in IGS, but like I'm going into international relations, and if it wasn't for the fact that I was in IGS, maybe I wouldn't even be going into that, but also I wouldn't have projects like this that reflected my interest in that subject.
That was a good point. I mean, like, at the current state, it seems that the option for additional, like, sort of capstone projects or portfolios or whatever seems to only exist in a few select classrooms.
Yeah.
So expanding how we do that in a secondary, like, environment, a high school environment, would be pretty crucial, because then, you know, somebody who's maybe not necessarily in the IGS, they're going to have less to show because they haven't given that opportunity. So you have to like really start to think of like, this question is difficult because you have to change a lot.
And if they like don't see that and they just see a scratch it or a transcript and be like, oh, he or she has good grades, well, that doesn't really judge anything. That just judges how you do in your book work, but doesn't judge how you are out in the community as you are as a person.
Depending on exactly what classes you take, you can take easy classes to get high marks. And so because university acceptance for most schools is just marks, you're discouraged from taking things that are difficult and challenging. You're like very much encouraged to take the easiest classes you can. Like, not to name any names, but some classes are a lot easier than others, and though there's other things I might be more interested in and more relevant to what I'm doing, I just won't take it. It's not worth all the work to not get a high mark.
Yeah. And sometimes those classes aren't even necessarily easier. It's just like, or it's not that they're like the subject content isn't work. It's just the process and the structure that has been laid out is less challenging than the other stuff, or it'll take up less time. And I know in high school time is like a big thing because you're trying to cram so much in and meet all of these like credentials and add so much to your schedule so that you can look good for these universities. But sometimes getting a mark is just what you're.
Like, I'm more interested in psychology than BC First Nations, but I never took psychology just because I heard it was solid amount of work, and BC First Nations was quite easy, like really easy. And so I like, it was a fun class and I actually learned a lot, but it like a lot of time, explore. I'm not exploring like what I'm actually interested in or who I'm interested in because there's like counter incentives.